Glory. Do I want to make any changes to this deck? That is the $1,000,000 question. I've already got Quad Staggering Insight there, SWD here, SWD there. I mean, I could potentially look at moving an Echoing Truth into the main. Just because, like, Ensnaring Bridge is just so stupid and common in the metagame. I might, like, do it for a Path instead of a Stubborn Denial. They sort of, like, overlap and function a little bit against creature decks, right? Alright, let's jump into it. One thing I'll say is if we had counterspells against, in that league would have gone a lot more successful. Getting rid of a lot of that busted non-creature spells that just lost us the game. Like, I reckon Blue has a better matchup against Smallpox as well, because counter their Smallpox, counter their Liliana, things like that. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'd have to play it. I have not played that matchup specifically. Probably the best way to beat, like, a Smallpox or 8-rack deck is to have a large amount of, like, Totem Armor is important, but, like, Creature Gen, like on Cartouche of Solidarity, is probably even more important. So, like, run 4 Cartouche of Solidarity so you just get extra creatures out. And then you just have to hope you get enough lands as well, enough mana. Alright, so match 1 up against Parrot. We won the die roll. That is a good start. So yeah, with this deck, obviously our hexproof creature is Invisible Stalker instead of Glade Cover Scout. We're versing a Yorion deck. We've got no auras in hand. I think I'm going to throw this. Alright, this hand is like a million billion times better. We're going to keep this, ditch the Waterlogged Grove. Done. Hallowed Fountain can go into play tapped. Pass the turn. And opponent, I'm assuming they're on the Sihili combo deck. That seems like the most common function. Or it's it's the blue-white, it's the blue-white Hatebears, actually, by the looks of it. So, Visible Stalker down. In their 80-card deck, have they got the Thalia in hand and, like, triple Skyclave Apparition? Probably. The last time I played this deck, they did. Alright, so, good news. Resolve. I could have countered that second Aether Vial. I don't think it's worth it. So let's just get in for 5 points of unblockable damage and put the pressure on our opponent. So I guess if they're double Aether Vial in an 80-card deck, yeah, okay, whatever. They probably do have the double Skyclave Apparition then. I guess this gives them access to Glasspool Mimic as well, which is possibly one of the main reasons why they're playing Splashing Blue on top of the Yorion. That would make reasonable sense. I don't think I saw Glasspool Mimic last time I played it, but those cards go pretty well hand in hand. Alright, here comes the Aether Vial on 2. Relic Warden? No Relic Warden. Alright, it's the Hideaway one? Alright. So when it leaves the battlefield, put the exiled card into its owner's hand. Sure. So they can just use that to generate stuff. So like if they Flicker Wisp their own creature here, they can just like generate card advantage. And obviously Eldrazi Displacer does the same thing. Buddy, counter magic for the win. Force of Negation. That is why it's like $100 card online. I think we just attack for 10. As nice as drawing cards is, I think we just attack for 10. Alright, no Teferi Time Raveler for you, opponent. Not gonna happen here. Obviously, the synergy there is with things like Flicker Wisp, the Exile, it will stop you from casting them as well. Because you can't cast spells at instant speed, right? Sure, you can deal 2 damage to me. I don't want to block that and give you a card. What do I look like? Crazy? And they also have Spell Queller here too. Is another card to be aware of. So playing this Curious Obsession pre-combat could be bad. It kind of gives them I don't know. I think we just do it. Force them to use the spell queller now, so like later on it doesn't do anything. They're on 4, like very likely one more attack, we deal lethal, we get the win. Alright. Big decisions here in the second main. Alright, so opponent does cast a Flicker Wisp. Flicker's his own Watcher, sure, whatever. Oh, Flicker's my... Okay. And then he, like, what, Spell Quellers it? But, like, another Flicker Wisp. Alright, but... Now I just cast double Ethereal Armor and win the match. Okay. That's how it works. Sure, whatever. So... Win? Cool. Alright. That was a clutch Force of Negation. If it didn't happen that way... Alright. Sweet. Good stuff, guys. Good Force of Negation, team. So here, like, an effect like Trick Bind might be okay. Path looks pretty medium. Pithing Needle, maybe. Echoing Truth seems pretty bad. Torpor Orbs look very, very good. It's probably going to be our most important card here. Actually, it in conjunction with Pithing Needle is pretty nice as well, because we can name the Teferi and disable Teferi from bouncing the Torpor Orb. Then maybe Force of Negation still good, but Stubborn Denial is just a little bit too greedy, and then we trim on like Core Spirit Dancers. And Daybreak Coroner is like good, but a liability. Well, minus like 1 Daybreak and 1 fetch land. I'll remove the Windswept Heath though. Alright, let's go with that. Hopefully a spicy 7 like last game. That was a 7 we kept, right? No, we mulled to 6. That was a spicy 6. Oof. Well, Ethereal Armor in multiples is very powerful. Alright. So, no creature here. We're going to throw. Excuse me. Bingo. Alright. Ditch. Bogle. Stalker. Done. Get into it. Shrug. Alright, no Ether Vial from my opponent. And turn 1 guy. Pass it over. Stoneforge Mystic. We're getting Fire and Ice. We're getting Batterskull. We're getting Batterskull. Oh, actually, maybe I just play the Pithing Needle there and name Stoneforge Mystic. That's probably the better line, right? I think I punted. Hopefully I draw mana. We might be able to draw a Trick Bind and Trick Bind the Mystic activation. Lead and Arbiter, that's frustrating. Fuck off, man. 80 card deck and he pulls these combos out of his rear end. Alright. Well, we lose our only enchantment as well. I feel like it is super low roll to miss on land twice there as well. That is so stupid. Fuck this. Next game. This is boring. We're not winning from here. We know what our opponent's stupid deck is doing. Holy shit. Holy sheesh kebabs. Maybe Trick Bind is just a little bit too greedy and reactive. And we might want something like Core Spirit Dancer or Echoing Truth instead. No, Spirit Dance is pretty bad. Let's go the Echoing Truth. Talk about, like, opponent's cards lining up extremely well with us there. Alright, we're on the play. That's something. Show me a something hand as well. Alright, this is a something hand we're going to keep. We play our fetch lands first. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's what we got to do here. Stubby D would have been decent there. Alright, and we're fetching as many of our double colors as we can. Fetch lands first. Here we go. I feel like this one can probably get a plains. Our life total might be relevant. We have plenty of, like, blue sources in hand anyway. Get ready for a random Thalia. Human, yeah, absolutely. Here comes the Thalia. Well, it's the first Thalia in 3 games, so it's probably not the worst value for us, really. That's pretty bad, though. I'm gonna start the Scries here. Yeah, that one can stay on top. I like that one. Although maybe I'll look for a 1-mana aura there, actually. Then, like, Thalia's less annoying. Really, I wish we just didn't draw the second Invisible Stalker. Opponent put Yorion into hand. Alright, let's play this. Let's attack. Visible Stalker seems like very good in this matchup as well. Stops them from chump blocking. That is a definite top, that one. That is the card we want to resolve above all other cards because it gives us card advantage. Our opponent puts in one of those things. Sure, whatever. I might want to reset my opponent's Ether Vial potentially. I don't know. When in my issue played like his 80 card Merfolk deck with Yorion, he would quite often tick the Ether Vial up to 5 to play the Yorion, and then he'd reset it back down to 0, and then tick it back up to 2 or 3 slowly. Which is an interesting interaction. It depends on how many lands are in my opponent's hand as to whether or not they want to do that, though, I'm sure. Alright, opponent attacking for not very much. Shocking in Hallowed Fountain afterwards, leaving up 4 mana. What's important of 4 mana? Teferi. Sure. I sort of feel a Spell Queller coming on here. So take care of this Teferi. I think I'm at the point where I want mana instead of everything else. And getting Teferi off the board can be very, very important here. So we're going to put this on the bottom. Too late for that effect. Kill that. Well, he can't block unless he's got something that gives unblockable. Oh, he's going to reset his Teferi. Yeah, fair play. want to get rid of these instant speed flicker wisps, so I think I'm going to pay the 3 mana and deal with this ether vial. And then, like, Teferi doesn't get that much value now. If it minuses on my aqueous form, it doesn't do very much. And then we can guarantee life gain next turn, potentially, as well. Alright, so he bounces the aqueous form. We're taking a lot of damage here. Hopefully we draw mana. Yorion into hand, reset everything. So if we draw mana, we can Staggering Insight and Ethereal Armor, attack, kill the Teferi, gain 4 life. I sort of need Daybreak, so it would be Ethereal Armor plus Daybreak, right? Intriguing stuff. Wait. Why did my land just get exiled? Can Flicker Wisp exile my lands? What the fuck just happened? It exiled my land. Great. Okay, great. Brilliant. And apparently it's play it. Oh, I get it back at my end step. Okay. So I'm taking 11 damage and I have no way to stop it. And I can't play 2 auras because of Thalia. Alright, whatever. Opponent high rolled because of Thalia pretty specifically. If that Thalia wasn't in that hand, we won that 100%. Maybe I could have played my scries a little bit better and like looked for my mana so it wasn't quite so awkward. Usually it's the right thing to do though. I think also a pretty big misplay was the turn I attacked the Thalia. I could have obviously have attacked my opponent with a Staggering Insight or something and potentially gained some life. I was expecting to just get sorry, not Thalia, the Teferi. I was expecting to just get the Teferi off the table and not have to deal with it again and then be able to resolve like enchantments freely afterwards. But yeah, Teferi's like very annoying with Flicker Wisp. It's stupid stuff. Alright, we lost to Dara. We're up against Yorion Map. Or Yorion Map. However you say it. So, hand is a keep. What you got, opponent? What have you got? This is Ad Nauseam. Spirits. Okay. Skyclave Operation is annoying. Not getting to take my turn is also quite annoying. Alright, get that one down. It's on the field. Yeah. That's bugging me. Alright, that one's fixed up. And Rattlechain's sorcery speed. Interesting. I guess he's going for the aggressive route, trying to deal the damage here. don't normally like the idea of playing my Aura's instant speed, but against a deck with Skyclave Apparition and no Ether Vial, that would have been a nice thing to be able to do. So we'll just take 2 damage. Alright, we'll do a random attack here. If he chump blocks, that's probably good for us. I should have done it before playing the land, though. Playing the land was a mistake. I'm actually happy trading here. And then we just play our Invisible Stalker second main. Actually, Rattle Chains gives our opponent, like, instant speed, Skyclave Apparition. Potentially an issue. Maybe I should have end-stepped Echoing Truth to Rattle Chains. No, that's only bad if they have exactly Spell Queller. I don't want to just play my auras out there, because it feels kind of weak. Like, Slippery Bogles is pretty easy for them to chump block, and they can even stop us from gaining life by sacking in response. Like a Selfless Spirit or something. Alright, so no double white. This is very important. No double white for my opponent. So we'll just take 3 points here. So the worst they can have is Spell Queller. Alright, cast this Core Spirit Dancer. Ethereal Armor on the Invisible Stalker. We can't cast Daybreak and Ethereal this turn anyway, because we drew our 1 Waterlog Drove. And this is just baiting the Spell Queller, right? Yeah. So now opponent's Mausoleum Wanderer sort of loses a trigger, kind of. They deal with a spell that probably isn't all that important anyway. Right, I wish I'd yield through the triggers a little bit quicker. Maybe they're new to Magic Online. I don't know, but it's frustrating because my turns are taking a lot longer than what they should right now. So we need to dodge white mana or Skyclave Apparition here. And then we need to also be able to resolve Daybreak Coronet. I wonder if there was a way for us to hold up the Echoing Truth in a profitable way here. Tempo wise, like ends or attack step, bounce the Rattle Chains or something, make them tap out, counter the Echoing Truth, and then we resolve Spirit Dance to get a draw when we cast the Ethereal Armor. That's probably better, actually. Glasspool Mimic. I guess they copy Spell Queller here, maybe Rattle Chains, I don't know. It's probably Spell Queller, right? They copy Rattle Chains. Weird. Alright, and Curious Obsession's like a very, very nice draw as well. So we're going to play that too. It's effectively life neutral because we'll gain the life back when we attack. Not like concerned about my opponent's flooded strand there. So here we attack, put our opponent to 9. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, we make a land drop, and if we dodge Skyclave Apparition, we're probably pretty good here. If they Skyclave Apparition, I'm going to need an extra source of lifelink, I'm pretty sure, to win. Supreme Phantom just lethal? Yeah, it is. They attack for 12 here. Damn. Oh, they got like the Glasspool Mimic? Alright, cool. Alright, well, I think we could have played it slightly differently and kept the core Spirit Dancer, but I think the result of the game would have been the same. So here I'm pretty sure we take out our counter magic. We bring in our removal. We bring in our Torpor Orbs. Here come the Torpor Orbs. And Echoing Truth is like pretty medium. You can reset the Ether Vial though. Might like randomly be relevant. I don't know. Just remove our Spirit Dancers and go with that. Alright, so what it feels like to be on the play. Pretty bloody good. That's how it feels. I might lead on the Hallowed Fountain here to save my life a little bit. Interestingly enough, if we didn't fetch shock at the start of the game, they would have put us to exactly 0. So it didn't make a difference, but it was close to making a difference. I think our opponent countered their damage reasonably well as well. Although were they really playing around like Daybreak Coronet into extra auras and my creature not having flying? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Opponent has mulligan to 6. Alright, so Hallowed Fountain, intapped, pass the turn, cool beans. Okay, is our opponent double queuing or something? Why is it taking so long? Honestly. Mausoleum Wanderer, sure. Whatever. Mausoleum Wanderer is resolved. That's fine. Why is that making a squeaking noise? I don't know. My fan has decided to make a squeaking noise for some reason. It's never done it before, but right now, while streaming, that seems to be the most important thing for it to do. So just play our guy out, pass the turn. Next turn, I think we just pressure. We don't really need to play the Aqueous Form. Ether Vial. Turn 2 Ether Vial? That's not good. Man, our opponent has very, very little tempo here. Yeah? I'm pretty happy with attacking for 5 on turn 3. I mean, land would have been maybe arguably slightly better. But still not bad. As far as a non-land card to draw, Ethereal Armor is pretty good there. Opponent hard cast the Spell Queller? Sorry, what? Why aren't you casting it during my turn? I guess they're trying for the racing line, but I have 8 lifelink auras in this deck. I think we're getting there. I believe his Aqueous Form secret. Alright. OP. Stalker OP. On the draw, Echoing Truth might be like a little bit better than Path actually. Because it can bounce multiple creatures. Also, it's more expensive, so it might get countered by Mausoleum Wanderer more readily, and it would be harder for us to cast without disrupting ourselves. Path has just got to be the best, right? Just Path is through and through the best. If we're bringing this in, we're probably removing a land and like an aura, so like in Aqueous Form. Alright, let's go with that. B. How's our hand? Missing a land, but really good. We're going to keep this. This Aqueous form's very dead on Invisible Stalker, but all the other cards are that high quality that doesn't matter. My, like, Shock-In Path, like, Shock-In my Hallowed Fountain, Path the Mausoleum Wanderer there, seems pretty whack to me, though. Doesn't seem like a good target. Like, hitting the Supreme Phantom here is a much better target. Land? Land? Thank you. Alright, so we'll just go get a Plains, play our guy, and pass that turn. And then hopefully we draw another land next turn and we can Staggering Insight, attack for 2, gain a small amount of life, and then hold up Path. Supreme Phantom. Well, Echoing Truth looking a touch better than Path right now for tempo-wise, right? No double white for my opponent yet either. If my opponent plays a third lord, so currently my opponent has 7 damage, they'll go up to 10 if they play one more lord. Actually, it'll be 11 because they'll get the ETB trigger from Mausoleum Wanderer. Hopefully we draw mana and we can Path in response or something. Like a Seachrome Coast, maybe, that doesn't hurt us, maybe? Watch us draw, like, Island here. Or just, nothing. Let's see. Come on, land. Please, land. Oh, I left a Windswept Teeth out. Ooh, rippity-doo. Oh, doesn't matter. We get there. Alright, good stuff. Good stuff. So, opponent currently has 11 damage. We're going to crack this one. We're going to get a Path. Guess we target one of the Spirit Lords, and they're going to sack the Mausoleum Wanderer in response, most likely. Then we resolve Daybreak. We resolve Flying. They let that resolve. That's interesting. So we take 6. We go to 5. All right. Oh, wow. Wow. We are, like, in such a good spot here. So Curious Obsession, now we get to draw 2 cards, Daybreak Coroner, and then Flying. And then, yeah, good times. Good times. We get the Vigilance down, we get to draw 2 cards. Get a big old blocker that gains us life when it attacks and when it blocks. So attack for 7. Also, our first strike damage can shrink their Lord effects as well. So I think it's going to be pretty hard for them to win from here after all of this. Always yield. Always yes. Oh, Ethereal Armor as well. Yeah, this game's in the bag. This game is so in the bag right now. Best case, they play land and they double Skyclave here. At which point they... Maybe they take away my flying and they might be able to get there, actually. Let's see what happens. They go after Daybreak. Giver of Runes. Alright, we're fine. We win this. GG. Alright, blue definitely feeling better than green right now. Or blue-white is feeling better than green-white. Alright, so match number 3. We lost the die roll. We are versing Ashanti. See what our opponent does. Opponent is keeping 7. This is a pretty tempting keep, actually. It's like really powerful. I'm gonna keep it. And maybe play like Hallowed Fountain tapped turn 1. Spire Bluff can never mind. We'll just play out this Slippery Bogle that we ripped off the top. I do like Core Spirit Dancer sort of here because maybe I can slow roll it for turn 3 and get Totem Armor to protect it. Particularly if this is a Prowess deck, which it's sort of looking like it might be. Like a Metamorphose into... Oh, is it the Kiki deck? Okay, never mind. This is the Kiki combo deck here. I'm gonna crack this one. That was sort of a misclick. I meant to get a Hallowed Fountain there instead. We'll try to resolve this. If they counter it, then, you know, that's fine. It's paving the way for Core Spirit Dancer, which is pretty much just as good, right? The other thing with this deck is if you deal with the... like them tapping out their mana for a counterspell, they're not running Force of Negation. So actually you're in a pretty good spot after that point. Alright, so opponent... Okay, they're actually Storm. Right. Storm with main deck Remand? Yeah, I guess that's fine. They normally play Remand, right? So we'll just look to play double Aura here. Double card draw Aura. And then... Wait, you've got a Spell Pierced? A 1 mana Remand, of course. Of course. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I should just lead on the Curious Obsession and then play an Ethereal Armor. Alright, that was poorly played from me. I forgot Remand could be cast for 1 mana there. So this is likely the turn they go off, likely the turn they win, whatever. We got a reasonable sideboard here. Do I have the Surgicals in this sideboard? I do not. We got Ley Lines, which stop part of their combo. Echoing Truth that can... That's not great. Does Trickbind hit Flashback on... My opponent flashes back. Will Trickbind affect it? Seems like pretty important information to search up. Alright, so I'll look that up a little bit later. I guess go for the Staggering Insight for the 3rd turn in a row. Hey, we got it. Alright, Curious Obsession. Alright, we have resolved our things, we've emptied our hand. Now let's look for those Force of Negations, guys. Opponent has used 2 of their remands as well, so it's potential that they're not going to have a counterspell for if and when we're able to cast Force of Negation. Maybe I'm supposed to leave Ethereal Armor until post-combat there. So if I draw my 1 of Stubborn Denial, then I can cast it. Alright, so we draw a blue card and a Coronet. I guess our opponent can just go off here. Alright, Trickbind does not affect Flashback. That's pretty good to know. It didn't look like it was going to. But it's good to know anyway, right? Okay, opponent with the gifts. We are pretty dead here, I'm sure. This game will get more interesting from sideboarding after we're able to do stuff, right? Alright, Past in Flames, Metamorphose to the Grave. We'll make them work for it. It's probably not worth our time sitting here waiting and watching, but I'm going to anyway, just in case they whiff somewhere. Just because our opponent has all the right cards for their pretty straightforward combo deck. Well, straightforward at this point, right? Doesn't mean that they're not going to misclick or missequence and mess up somehow. Normally it's pretty, like, played the same way anyway. They just play all their mana spells first. Then they play their, like, draw spells. And then they'll play their flashback. And then they'll cast their Past in Flames. Go for it all over again. Sure. Opponent found Grape Shot. Alright, at that point we're probably dead. Let's see what he does. Grape Shot is cast. Dealing 4 juicy points of damage to our face. Let us see what happens now. I just wish I'd combo faster. So with this matchup, usually the go is Graveyard Hate and Ley Lines. If you can do both those things, you're usually in a good enough spot to win, right? So here comes the rituals. The Metamorphose can add some blue. They can Gifts Ungiven again, get some more rituals and Metamorphose. Then they can Grape Shot, and Grape Shot pretty much just kills us here. Yeah. Look at all this mana. They can cast everything in the way. Alright, I'll concede from here. That's fine. The fact he like drew Grape Shot off of that card that looked at the top 6, yeah. It was pretty much the final nail in the coffin. Echoing Truth, absolutely not. Can be good against Empty the Warrens tokens though, but that seems pretty narrow to me. Counter Magic and Ley Lines where we want to be. We probably just remove our Aqueous Forms, really. They don't add anything to like a racing scenario. Oh wait, there's a Path to Exile in the main deck still, so we'll leave in 1 Aqueous Form. Or we could leave in an Echoing Truth. I think maybe Aqueous Form. It's not great, but on the off chance they have Empty the Warrens, I guess we have 3 evasive effects. Let's go with that. Alright, well, we'll keep. Sure, whatever. This will do. We got Coronet, Stalker. A Stubborn Denial. Stubborn Denial could be pretty good, right? Opponent mulls to 6. Cool beans. Unfortunately, it's a turn 2 creature, and that turn 2 creature is not Core Spirit Dancer. But I guess we gotta do what we gotta do. I'd like to draw an aura that isn't Daybreak Coronet so I can turn 3 Ethereal Armor plus any other aura other than that one of one of Aqueous Form. Any other 1 mana aura will give us Ferocity. Which is really good, right? And then we'd be able to hold up Stubborn Denial from our turn 3 attack and then resolve the Daybreak Coronet the turn after. Alright, well, we got our wish, so Ethereal Armor plus Hyena Umbra. That actually worked out really nicely. We top decked everything we needed to on the turn we needed it, really, right? And Ferocity Empowered, Stubborn Denial. Ready to do work. Opponent with the opt. What's he doing with the scry? Let's have a squiz. Puts it on the bottom. Alright. Yeah, no. If we completely blank his turn, if we draw land here and we just play double Daybreak Coronet, attack, and then he's forced to combo off next turn. If this is Core Spirit Dancer, he'd be dead right now. So close. Alright, we're 6. He can do his thing. No card draw effects from me this game, but countering a pieces of the puzzle, maybe it was good, maybe not. Probably better to like counter gifts, but at that point, like he probably will have Remand mana up. Yeah. Alright, so puts 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top with that Serum Visions. Are we continuing with the combo? If not, Invisible Stalker gets in for a juicy 12 damage there. Takes him to -8. Oboro for my opponent. So, because Choke's starting to get play, Oboro is starting to get play again. It's pretty wild. Guessing they're gonna go for the combo any minute now. Think about it. Alright, so opponent opts with a topped into a ritual here. What else are we doing? Alright, Manamorphose. So they play another opt, they scry bottom this time. Okay, and opponent concedes the match, so this is going to move on to a game 3 here. I'd like to say the force was good then, but it was quite possibly just the wrong time to play it. Excuse me. I don't know, I sort of feel like I want to like Echoing Truth slightly more on the draw and just remove a Core Spirit Dancer and go there. Alright, so we've got a Leyline hand here with the Stubby D. No creature, only 1 mana. Unfortunately, we have to throw this, right? So, we'll go to 6. Opponent keeping 7. This is a better 6. It's still not amazing, but I'll take it. Done. Leyline on the board. Let's get it going. Hope our opponent doesn't have a removal spell for Core Spirit Dancer here. That would be quite tragic, but it's the risk I'm willing to take. Alright, opponent with the opt here. There's a 1 of Core Spirit Dancer as well. Any other creature would not work. So they bottomed the card then with opt. Do we have a turn 2 Baral? Oh, Serum Visions. Alright, alright. Bit of a slower hand from my opponent. I'm not really that interested in holding mana up to protect Core Spirit Dancer here. I just want to risk it and get her on the board, hope she lives, and if she doesn't, you know, bad beats, whatever. I need to risk it here. I can't play super passive and patient. I don't have a counterspell either. So just jam the core Spirit Dancer. Hopefully no Spell Snare. Maybe he's randomly brought in some Spell Snares or something. Maybe he's holding up Mystical Dispute, actually, there, for the Invisible Stalker. That's quite possible. So we've got a theory our opponent has Mystical Dispute in hand. So we'll try and play around the Mystical Dispute. You know, as far as cards to play around it with are concerned, that's a pretty darn good one. And we draw the Force. Alright, Bogles looking pretty nice and juicy in hand there. We're attacking in for 8. We got protection for our Spirit Dancer. Alright, this is all working out very nicely so far. I'm gonna let my opponent have that, I think. That card does not make me lose the game. Better off countering what he gets with it anyway, right? Echoing Truth. We got this one. Hey, Jedi JWK. Play any Vintage Cube? No, I don't normally play Vintage Cube. I saw like some promotional stuff for it when I logged on. But yeah, I haven't played much Legacy recently, and I don't think I've ever played any Vintage actually. Welcome back, by the way. It's good to have you here again. It's Supreme Draft Vintage Cube, really fun. Okay. What's the go with the entry? Do you have to pay like decent amount of tickets to enter it, or is it a free to enter? Alright, so let's just attack our opponent for 8 here. 10 ticks or 100 play points. 1 win is 50 play points. 2 is 100. 3 is 150 play points and a treasure chest. Okay. And is it just 3 rounds, is it? And is it one, or like is 1 game or best of 3? Yeah, 3 rounds. Best of 3. Okay, cool. When's it starting? I mean, if it's starting like soon, I can't really do it because it's like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. here, and I have to go to bed at a reasonable time so I can go to work and everything. Started 6 hours ago and goes for a week. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a league. Oh, all right. Yeah, well, maybe I'll do a video on that or something. Yeah, I might even. I might jump on for a little bit tomorrow and do a video on that. Just do like an impromptu, non-scheduled stream. Or like record it in my own time and then post it to YouTube or something. If you're interested in that, I do prefer sort of like draft formats. Like they're not too bad. I prefer them to like things like standard. Obviously, my favorite is sealed. I like crafting a deck properly, right? Have you played much of the Vintage Cube yet, Jedi? Alright, well, we got double counterspell, and if they reman the Force, we have enough mana to hardcast the Force as well, or cast it paying the Bogle there. Yeah, this is a bit different than usual because it's Supreme variant, so it plays more like sealed. Okay. Get 18 packs and pick 2 from each. Sounds kind of fun. Maybe I'll give it a crack. When did you say it was running until? Started 6 hours ago, goes for a week. Okay, well, I'm still going to have, like, a lot of time where I can play it right. Still plenty of time. Alright, well, Stubborn Denial just countered the Echoing Truth, so does that mean we win? Cracking Fiery Eyelet now. Okay, that's pretty good for us, right? Ooh. Alright, well, we had all the permission in hand, and that one of Echoing Truth was not quite enough. Awesome. Let's move. So, match number 4 here. We are up against Goin 5, and we're on the play. No creature in this hand. We're going to mulligan. And we're down to 5 now. Oh, my opponent actually beat me to the good luck. With the good luck, have fun. Wild times. Alright, opponent's keeping their 7. Well, we're going down to 4 here. Hopefully we get down to 3. 1 drop Staggering Insight. Fuck, I don't know, man. Bottom. Hope to top deck land. That's real unlucky. We didn't have a creature until we were down to 3 cards. Opponent with Serum Visions off of Gemstone Mine. Just Ad Nauseam? Put 2 cards on the bottom. Oh, actually, this will probably be Upsil Spells, right? I smell an Upsil Spells deck. Which sucks because I don't have my Graveyard Hate. I guess Torporob sort of works. No, because it's got a land. Oh, that's right. Yeah, of course, man. It can't be Upsil Spells. 2 right, Jedi. Okay, so it's Ad Nauseam with Temples. That's the only deck that plays Temples. I might be able to draw like a critical Stubborn Denial or something. Man, that is a good draw. Get me back into this game. Curious Obsession. We have top decked very well from a 3-card hand here. Wow. Alright, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Pentad Prism. Yep. Alright. Well, if we're versing Ad Nauseam, at least we got counter spells. That's going to go a long way to helping us. What's my opponent do with the Scry? He puts it on top of his library. Alright. And we'll go ahead and get the blue mana so we can potentially hold up Force of Negation, right? Core Spirit Dancer. Alright, so we'll attack first and decide whether or not we want to play that. We might draw a Force of Negation and want to hold the mana up, right? So just get in for 4, see the card first, sequence it the best way we can. Well, it's going to draw us an extra card, and I'm going to throw this on Core Spirit Dancer. They shouldn't have any removal for it main deck, and we want to have a faster clock than what we have had so far. Alright, we draw another land, so we'll be able to combo off a lot of cards next turn if we can find them. Angel's Grace. So opponent's going for the win this turn. They just got like Thassa's Oracle into spoils, or is he going for the Ad Nauseam, obviously? Alright, let's GG. Alright, so I just told my opponent that like he's won, I'm just sussing the list. Well, that was a bit of an overachievement for a multi-4, but whatever. Alright, so at least 1 Pact of Negation. Usual amounts of Simian Spirit Guys, Ad Nauseam, Spoils, Thassas. So it looks like the only tech I need to be aware of is the Pact, which he could potentially have more of. That's fine. Alright, cool. So, sideboarding. Again, like, we should do better here because we are running counter magic, which is very nice. These echoing truths will work pretty well. Wow, Trickbind hits the Thassa's Oracle trigger. That's pretty relevant. I like that a lot. And Aqueous Form and Path Out. And then we've got interaction of Echoing Truth, 2 Echoing Truth, 2 Trickbind, 2 Force Negation, and 2 Stubborn Denial, plus a buttload of card draw and damage. Yeah, sweet. I think we look pretty good for this match here. For post board here, I think we've got enough spells where we actually have a chance. We have a shot. Oh, we can actually we can trick bind our opponent's Thassa's Oracle, or we can trick bind their Lightning Storm. We can trick bind both. That's pretty cool. And it's split second, so they can't counter it. Alright, no creature we throw. Alright, sweet. This is a good hand. We're going to keep. I'll just bottom the Hallowed Fountain, and we get straight into it. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. We're going to do it here. Let's go. Opponent with the turn 1 Temple, any Lotus Blooms or any effects of that description. What's he doing with the Scry? Scry to the bottom. We find another Trickbind, lol. Alright, we'll just go ahead and throw this one down. Trickbind like an opponent's time counter on the Lotus Boom. That would be pretty funny. So in for 2. And Lotus Bloom is now on exile. Here comes the Temple of Enlightenment. They're scrying. What are they doing with the scry? Keeping it on top. Sweet. Well, now we've got an enabled Stubborn Denial. And we get to attack for 4, which is better than attacking for 2 a turn, I'll tell you that much. We got both our Trick Binds in hand, so from when they can go off, so pretty much next turn, if we just hold up mana, we should be able to beat them with a Trick Bind. Counter that one. I don't want to fight through a Phyrexian Unlife. That's gross. I really want to cast that, but it's definitely not right. We want to hold up Trickbind. I guess our opponent doesn't have any mana acceleration on the board. Actually, we could probably risk playing the Ethereal Armor there. Alright, Pentad Prism on the board. So we could, like, try to cast our auras and attack for lethal here, but if our opponent has Pact of Negation, they beat us. So I'm preferring, like, much preferring just playing this slow, holding up Trickbind, letting my opponent dump their entire library, and then I get to see their whole library as well, and then countering the critical spell with Trickbind. Although Trickbind will only work on the Thassa's Oracle ETB, it's not going to work on the other one. Because Lightning Storm, it can't counter the spell, it can only counter the ability, and the ability is putting a land on it. And I think I can only counter that once with my Trickbind. Actually, no, it breeds prevent all other abilities from that card this turn. Okay, well. Cool. Alright, so we play that one slow and steady. We get there. Actually, Torporob is another card that will answer Thassa's Oracle, but then they'll just get the Lightning Storm instead. So we're probably better off with Trickbind over Lightning Storm. Alright, let's submit the same deck list, get straight back into it. This is sweet. The Trickbind never looked so good. I put it in there because I play Heroic Intervention in the blue deck, the green deck, for engineered explosives and blast zone. I put this in there as a blue version of heroic intervention. It's sort of different in a way, but it's also more versatile, and you can see it's better in this matchup. It's going to be worse in others, but it's pretty sweet tech, I feel, especially with the split second. Freaking split second stifle. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Alright, so no mana here. We're definitely throwing this, looking for a hand that has mana and creature. And maybe some non-mana and non-creature spells as well. Alright, so throw, and keep. Bottom. Done. Here we go. Opponent with the turn 1 Temple. Doesn't look like a Lotus Bloom yet. He scries bottom. And we draw mana. Alright, let's go ahead and start by shuffling our library. We don't have a choice. We have to shuffle it. Definitely shocking in the Hallowed Fountain here. Playing out the Slippery Bogle. Passing the turn. Looking for double aura next turn into my attack. Opponent with the Serum Visions here. And what are they doing with their Serum Visions? One top, one bottom. If they got a second Serum Visions, no. Here, I'm just going to fetch... They're not killing me normally on damage. I might as well get the Hallowed Fountain. Play the Curious Obsession. I think I leave the mana up and don't play the Arcane Flight. And this way, if I draw Forcing Negation, I have a blue card in hand. If I draw Stubborn Denial, I have the ability to cast it, even though it's not Ferocity empowered. So, and I also have the option to play this second main as well, which I think is what I'm going to do here. It paves the way for Daybreak Coronet next turn. And it's not aggressive, but like... I mean, we probably don't have that much anyway. Is this a Phyrexian Unlife? It is. We did bring in our Echoing Truths, right? Yes, we did. Alright, sweet. I'd like to draw something that is not land now, please. I've reached my quota of mana, I'm pretty sure. I did draw the Daybreak Coronet. Alright, let's leave up open land here and pass the turn. And our opponent's not going for it yet. That's good. Dude, stop with the lands. Crazy stuff. Alright, we're thinning them out of our deck slowly. We're getting that threat density here. And attacking our opponent, putting them to 4. Staggering Insight. Might as well hold the mana up now, pretend we have counter magic. I mean, we haven't just been emptying our hand, which you'd probably expect us to do if... Like, he probably doesn't have us pegged on just having lands in hand and nothing else. So, no matter what we do, we can pretty much just... attack here. Our opponent's going to go to 0 life or negative life, and then we are going to get some card draw here. Double card draw now. Finally. No. Well, we didn't draw land then. We drew non-land spells, so that's a start, right? And pretty much next attack, we could just deal lethal and infect if we resolve Daybreak Coronet. So, opponent's sort of forced to go for it here, but if they go for it here, they beat us. So, I hope they don't go for it. I hope they don't go for it. Oop. Where'd that thing go? I'm a very fidgety person, and I dropped the lip balm I was fidgeting with on the ground. Pick it up before I step on it or something and hurt my foot. Alright. Oh, they're just passing to us. Sweet. And we draw the Echoing Truth. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Shock in. Lead on Daybreak. They have to counter this. They let that resolve? Maybe they've got like an Angel's Grace here. I'm going to play the Staggering Insight anyway because I want the card draw. I need the card draw here. And then I want to Echoing Truth in my end step. So if he has Pact of Negation, he has to pay for it in his turn or his upkeep, which forces him to have Angel's Grace as well. Alright. Let's get in there. All this card draw proving very powerful. Oh, opponent goes for Spoils of the Vault in response. In response to that, I'm just gonna bounce this Phyrexian Unlife. I can't let that resolve. Have you got the Pact? Mystical Dispute, man. No. Now he draws his entire library. Pretty sure he reveals it all to us. Veil of Summers, Pact of Negation, Thassa's Oracle. Man, opponent's brought in some slightly different stuff here. Echoing Truth on my Daybreaks. Okay. So we get to draw cards at least. Maybe we draw a Pact of Negation or Land plus Stubborn Denial. Land. Oh! When I said Pact of Negation, I meant Force of Negation. Sweet, we got there. Good stuff, team. Opponent is on 7 Infect. Because they took a damage from their City of Brass there as well. Well, they need to win this turn. They've got 10 cards left in their library. Do they actually... I'm pretty sure they got the Echoing Truth. Alright, so we just go for the attack. We've got double counterspell here. We can pay for both. And this should just be lethal. Alright. I think we still put the Infect counters on him, though, right? Yeah, and then just in his upkeep, he'll potentially lose. So here I'm going to play Core Spirit Dancer, and I'm going to start casting some auras so that I can look for Trick Bind. Echoing Truth is pretty good. I think I want to do it during my opponent's upkeep so that I can have Force and Negation back up here. Oh, man. We win. Alright, whatever. Cool. Alright, cool. I wanted to do my interaction. I was so disappointed from winning that match. How odd. But yeah, I wanted to do my interactive piece there. I think upkeep they just static lose instead of losing to like and being able to respond to their own trigger. Alright, so match 5, we lost the die roll. Means we are in the draw city here. And we're gonna mulligan this hand because it has no creatures. Alright, this hand has a creature, so we're going to keep bottom a Hallowed Fountain to maybe play around a Blood Moon. Something. Done deal. And hope we don't lose our creature to a Thoughtseize. Alright, green mana. That seems very fair. Simeon's Spirit Guide into Explore? What the hell? Alright, that's one way of doing things. That's one way of doing things. Alright. You got their opponent. Righto. Turn 2 Dryad of Elysian Grove. Not bad, mate. Not bad. Any extra land? There is an extra land bouncing the forest. It's pretty good for them. Here comes the spice. The spicy invisible stalker. Alright, next turn we can start getting our auras down. Start the clock. Start the beat down. Some is packed. Oh my god, we are so dead. Primeval Titan has been found. We do have unblockable. Feeling like the Valakut's probably going to be a bit too good. If we draw somehow land and Daybreak Coroner, I think we're fine, but that's sort of not really feasible. Do I have any paths in the main deck? I think I have one path in the main deck. One path in the main deck. Well, we're taking a bit of damage from Mr. Dryad of Elysian Grove here. Yep. A bit of damage. Don't forget to attack. It could be relevant. Right, whatever. He wins. Old turn 3 Primeval Titan. Whew. With like a prismatic omen effect already in play. Frickin' hell. Alright, so those are sort of the spells I like here. Opponent was running Bounce Lands, so I don't think he's on Reclaimer Titan, which means he's probably not on Skyclave Apparition. So Torpor Orb, not enough value just for the Primeval Titan, in my opinion. Not enough value there for it. Now we do have to worry about Summoner's Pact, Engineered Explosives. So obviously these forces, this counter magic, that's all good. Aqueous Form is probably weakest aura, right? The Scry is probably not relevant, and Spirit Dance is probably not too bad here, unless they're packing Path to Exile, in which case it's probably horrible. I might just... What else am I willing to lose? Maybe a couple of Staggering Insights because it's slow, or maybe I just want one Echoing Truth. Alright, I go 1 Echoing Truth, 3 Staggering Insights instead of 2 and 4. So do that one. Alright, we're on the play. We got a good hand we're going to keep. And we got a turn 2 Core Spirit Dancer into Totem Armor and lots of card draw. I'm pretty excited for this hand. Just dodging the Path to Exile, that's all. That's all we need to dodge is Path to Exile. Opponent has mulligan to 6. They are now keeping. Wow, I can yield to end steps again. That's actually, like, really, really nice. Opponent with the Arboreal Grazer. Alright, so essentially what they did last turn, right? With the Explore. Alright, throw down Core Spirit Dancer and pass the turn. Dryad of Elysian Grove, sure thing. Another bounce land, alright. Things are happening. We need to do something this turn. Visible Stalker, I have no use for you. I think we just fetch the island. Then we throw down Curious Obsession, draw. Staggering Insight's a pretty good one. Staggering Insight is a very good one. then we draw 2 cards if we're allowed to deal combat damage to our opponent. I have a feeling he's going to chump block with the Arboreal Grazer. But pretty good turn. Draw 3 cards. And we've got Totem Armor protection for like just Valacult triggers shooting our Core Spirit Dancer. Okay. So next turn, I think we get close to winning. Not sure. Alright. Valacult untapped. Got a second Rite of Lycian Grove? Nope, you're just going for the primary. Oh, that's right. These all tap for 2. Gotcha. Here's the prime time. Get your Field of the Dead tokens, probably. And then, like, another Valacult and start shooting face. I really want Daybreak Coronet here. Vesuva and Valacult. Okay. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triggers to the face. Our opponent just exact seed us. Oh, man. Oh, no. If we'd Staggering Insight instead of double Aura. Cool. Alright. But I think we drew the Staggering Insight off of the first Curious Obsession we cast. And yeah, that's like, and we would have needed to have led on Hyena Umbra, not the Curious Obsession, which we could have done. So I think I slightly missequenced my auras, and then maybe if I did some like really complex math, I would have played the Arcane Flight instead. The Staggering Insight instead. But then my opponent just puts triggers on Core Spirit Dancer, and the Core Spirit Dancer just dies. So I don't really like that either. Okay, so I go ahead and tune my deck for a Tron meta. And Tron is so rude, it does not appear in 2 games. What the hell, man? So I was saying before I wanted to minus a Path to Exile, probably minus a Torpor Orb as well. And then as far as the main deck is concerned, so I dragged the wrong spell across there. I think I sort of still like where it's at. Maybe I'll switch out like 1 Aqueous Form for an Arcane Flight, because I'm seeing less Stoneblade decks. Having said that, I did still verse 1 this league. Other than that, Trickbind was really good. It didn't win me the game, but it would have if my opponent had let me cast it. And it's the Ad Nauseam that would have gone for the Thassa's Oracle win con. Yeah, other than that, like, the extra Staggering Insights don't feel too bad. I was running 3, but I upped it to 4 because, like, life gain and card draw is just, like, so good. Even if it's, like, a decent chunk slower and I've got 14 spells over here. I've got, like, counter spells that don't cost very much. The Echoing Truth just for Ensnaring Bridge against these stupid Karn-Tron decks. Yeah, so that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for daily Bogle content and ring the bell for more. Also, look me up on Twitch, link in the description, schedule in on Twitch. Yep. Thanks once more. See you next time.